Welcome to India Career Centre audio blog. The topic of this episode is the freedom we all feel every day and why it's the only kind that actually matters. Written by Mishra and read by an automated voice. Last week I got into an argument that has been living rent-free in my head for 6 straight days. It started small. Someone said something that hit a nerve. And before I knew it, my voice was louder, my words sharper, and I watched myself turn a simple conversation into a wall. When it was over, I felt that familiar sick twist in my stomach. Not because they were wrong, they kind of were, but because I didn't like the version of me that showed up. I've replayed the scene so many times I can quote both of us. I know exactly where the half-second pause was, the tiny gap I could have used to breathe, to soften, to ask a question instead of firing back. I saw it, and I walked right past it. That regret? It's been my companion all week, and strangely, it's also been my proof. Proof that the gap is real. Proof that I'm not just a bundle of reflexes. Proof that even when I blow it, something inside me still knows a better way exists. Because if I were truly powerless, I wouldn't feel this ache. I'd just shrug and move on. Instead, I've carried it for 6 days, because deep down, I know I get to choose who I am in moments like that. Last week, I chose poorly, but I get to choose again today, and tomorrow, and in the next conversation that starts to heat up. That's the freedom we all have. Not the Hollywood kind, not the rewrite the laws of physics kind, but the quiet, stubborn, everyday kind that lives in the space between trigger and reaction. You felt it too, maybe this week, maybe this morning. That moment when every cell in you wants to snap or shut down or say the perfect cutting thing, and something else whispers, wait, there's another way. That whisper is you. That pause is your freedom. And the beautiful thing, every time we miss that pause, the ache we feel afterward widens the gap just a little more. Regret is a tough coach, but a good one. So here's to all of us who blew it this week, who said the thing, who stayed silent when we should have been kind, who reacted when we wanted to respond. We're not disqualified. We're being trained. The gap is still there. It's waiting. And the next choice, the very next one, is already yours. The gap, the secret superpower you already have, that tiny invisible moment, that half-second pause, is the most important thing I own. You've felt it too. When your teenager talks back and you want to ground them into the next decade. When your partner says the exact wrong thing at the exact wrong time. When the group chat explodes and your thumbs itch to type the nuclear option. There's always a gap. A breath, a blink, a heartbeat where the old automatic reaction and the new possible response stare each other down. That gap is your freedom. And it shows up 1,000 times a day, whether you notice it or not. Most of us think freedom is big, moving to another country, quitting the soul-sucking job, saying the thing we've never dared say. Those moments matter, but they're rare. The freedom that actually shapes your life is microscopic. It lives between stimulus and response. Psychologists have studied it. Viktor Frankl, who survived Nazi concentration camps, famously called it the last of the human freedoms, the freedom to choose one's attitude. Frankl watched people in hell choose decency when they had every reason not to. If they could find the gap inside Auschwitz, trust me, we can find it in traffic, in meetings, in WhatsApp groups. And the gap isn't mystical, it's biological. Your prefrontal cortex, the part that imagines, plans, and cares about tomorrow, literally negotiates with the ancient lizard brain screaming, fight or run. Sometimes the lizard wins in 0.3 seconds. Sometimes the wiser you step in and says, not today. That negotiation is the moment you're free. The daily votes. You're building a human, one choice at a time. Every day you cast hundreds of tiny votes for the person you're becoming. You vote when you answer the angry email with calm questions. Clean the office, kitchen mess nobody admits is theirs. Admit you were wrong in front of people who won't let you forget. Stay 10 minutes late to help a coworker who's drowning. Put your phone face down at dinner. Bite your tongue instead of delivering the perfect zinger. Get out of bed when the alarm feels like a personal insult. Forgive someone who hasn't apologized. Choose water over the third drink. Send the first, I'm sorry, text. These votes are invisible to the world. Instagram will never know. But your nervous system keeps perfect score. Your kids feel the tally in their bones. Your future self will live inside the person these votes create. Here's the beautiful and terrifying part. There are no tiebreakers. The majority wins. 10 gentle votes and 1 explosive outburst still tilt the average. But 100 gentle votes and 10 outbursts start to make the blow-ups look like outliers. You are the only poll worker, the only voter, and the only one who lives with the results. The miracle in the mess, failure is just the next invitation. Let's be honest, we lose a lot of these votes. I still yell sometimes. I still send the sarcastic text. I still eat my feelings. I still wake up regretting the thing I said at 11:47 p.m. when I should have been asleep. But right there, in the hot flush of I did it again, the gap shows up like a loyal friend. Regret is proof the gap exists. If you were truly powerless, you wouldn't feel bad. You'd feel nothing. The moment you think, I wish I'd handled that differently, the next vote is already on the table. That's the everyday miracle nobody prints on motivational posters. Your worst moments don't revoke your freedom. They renew the invitation to use it. Apologizing is a vote. Trying again tomorrow morning is a vote. Sitting with the discomfort instead of numbing it is a vote. Telling the truth about why you blew up is a vote. Perfection isn't required. Persistence is. The only question that matters. You don't need to settle the ancient debate between free will and determinism. You don't need a PhD in neuroscience or a certificate from the universe proving you're an uncaused cause. You only need to notice the gap. The next time your blood pressure spikes, your thumbs hover over the keyboard, or the old story starts narrating how they always, and you never, slow the film down for 1 second and ask, what vote do I want to cast right now for the human I'm becoming? That question widens the gap. It hands the microphone to the better version of you. And if you blow it, laugh, cry, swear, whatever you need, then feel the gap open again. Because it always does. As long as you're breathing, the next choice is still yours. That's not philosophy. That's not wishful thinking. That's the freedom we all feel every day. The only kind that has ever actually changed a life. Yours is waiting right now. What are you going to do with it? Thank you for listening to the audio blog.